Hello and welcome to the New Mindset podcast. My name is Jacob.
My name's Georgia.
I hope that you're all going ripper today. I hope that you're all going bloody ripper.
Yeah, you're having a good day, a good night, good morning,
A good evening.
whenever you're listening.
Wherever you are at in life, I hope that you are pleasant. Very pleasant.
Very good.
We're good. Georgia, how are you? How are you
Just
feeling?
divine.
You feeling good today?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
You feeling good? We did a 6.5 hour clean, I'd say, yesterday, and you're loving it.
One of those deep cleans, and I don't think we've done a deep clean in a while. And I'm very cluttery. I forget where things go. Things don't necessarily have a home for me. Wherever I place them is where they live. No. So it's nice to kind of walk around and everything is in a spot.
Yes.
I'm soaking it up. I'm loving it.
Loving it. It's nice to see clean floors.
Yes.
It's nice to see clean floors.
It sounds like we're grubs.
No,
but we just did like a really nice vacuum, really
Yeah.
nice like double mop of the lounge room.
Yeah.
Just because I could and I wanted time and I wanted it to be like extra sparkly.
We should have videoed it and put it in like double speed.
Time lapse.
Time lapse it.
Oh, good.
I haven't hit a wall tonight. I think I'm just relaxed. And it feels odd. Like I've got no anxiety, no anger, like no sadness, no nothing.
good.
Just feeling,
Neutral.
I'm feeling good. And that's weird.
Nice.
Just to feel, what would you call it? Like, just calm.
Yeah.
Because we've got our
Pleasant.
wedding coming up and it's been hectic. And then we've got Japan, which is a bit hectic. Just, it's going to be a whole 2 weeks of exposure therapy for me anyway. But I think I'm in that calm zone right now and it's feeling weird.
The calm before the storm.
Weirdly good. But today's episode is linked somewhat to our wedding because one of our songs that we'll be dancing to are in this movie.
Yeah.
But you have titled this podcast. Is this number 20 for us? Or is this... No, this will be at number 23 because we're shooting this before we head over overseas. So we're just doing, that bulk of episodes. But you have titled this one, Lessons from the Greatest Showman.
Yeah, well, this was kind of like flashing back to when we were first talking about doing a podcast. We wanted to do snippets from movies, from books that we've read, even like from celebrities. And we wanted to, like the original idea behind the podcast was to pick apart lessons that we've learned from people and movies. And so, yeah, when we did kind of Inside Out.
Yep.
And then when we did Meet the Robinsons, it kind of got me thinking like, oh, what are some of those other movies that have just made me feel good and made me reflect and want to apply things to my life? And this was one of them.
Yeah, well, if people like listening to it, because we know we like to be like educational with our other podcast episodes. Normally, anxiety, confidence, anything mental related or, anything life related. But once we have a bit more time on our hands, I reckon we can do another, maybe 2 podcasts per week. And one could be a movie review or a book review, even a song review.
Yeah, like a review from mediums that aren't necessarily textbooks and journal articles.
Yes.
Like things that just the average everyday person can watch, read or listen.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I've heard about this kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll do that as well as like our educational content, of course. But how about we get started with give us a recap? Because I haven't seen this movie in like 2 years.
Well, we first saw it at the Dendies at the Opera House in Sydney.
When it first came out, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think we
ago.
knew how good it was at that point.
No. So I did a little, to save the blabber of trying to summarize it nicely, I just snipped this from Google.
Yep. Cool.
So essentially the plot of The Greatest Showman, to bring you up to speed. Growing up in the early 1800s, P.T. Barnum displays a natural talent for the publicity and promotion, selling lottery tickets by the age of 12. After trying his hands at various jobs, P.T. turns to show business to indulge his limitless imagination, rising from nothing to create the Barnum and Bailey Circus. Featuring catchy musical numbers, exotic performers, and daring acrobatic feats, Barnum's mesmerizing spectacle soon takes the world by storm to become the greatest showman on earth.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, there's a few little bits of the story that are left out there from that, but that is the story in a nutshell.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And can you give us some lessons like basically, you know, some lessons that you took from the beautiful movie.
Yeah, the biggest one that I would have to say would be inspired from the wonderful performers in the circus. So definitely the bearded lady, and everyone else as well, you know, our acrobats and the tallest man and the smallest man and the fattest man and all these kind of people. It says it's okay to be unique and embrace the qualities that make you you.
Yep.
I think that's one of the biggest lessons that you can take out of the movie.
From Hugh Jackman down to, what do they call them? Quote unquote circus freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just think about that one particular scene that kind of inspires them to sing their song, This Is Me.
Yep.
When they're all down in the dumps, they've been thrown rotten tomatoes out the side of the circus because they don't look like the normal person. But Barnum thinks that they're spectacular and they're amazing, but they don't see that within themselves.
Barnum being Hugh Jackman.
Yes, being P.T. Barnum. He's the main character. But it kind of gave me the comfort of, look, if there's at least one person that sees those beautiful qualities in you, that's all it kind of takes sometimes, is that one person to say, hey, you are amazing how you are. And then that kind of sparked that energy inside everyone, which I thought was really beautiful.
Yeah. No, I loved that. That I remember that was a cool feeling to see the group sort of come together as one, because they were all individuals.
Yeah.
I remember that the shortest man alive was in his mum's basement and no one was able to talk to him. And then all of a sudden he became this sensation.
Yeah.
But can you give us another lesson that you've learned?
Yeah. No, I love it. The last thing that I wanted to say about that particular moment was that when we're talking about those qualities that make us super unique, that is where that level of self-assurance, self-confidence and self-acceptance truly stem from, is when we really do embrace who we are. So that's just the last little bit that I wanted to mention on unique qualities.
Yeah, cool.
But for the next lesson, where you come from doesn't define who you are. And I know that you really love that kind of concept.
Yeah.
So again, it's the bearded lady, the Wheeler siblings, who are the acrobats who Zendaya stars with her brother in the film. And then even P.T. Barnum's background of, coming from nothing. And when his dad died, he became homeless, stealing bread to try and survive. All of those types of struggles that you may be experiencing as an individual don't have to define where you go in terms of the long term. Yeah.
And he was even judged when he was, all throughout the movie. Like he was judged from his father and mother-in-law for just where he came from. All throughout the film, even by the critics that were judging the shows from memory.
Yeah.
And he just backed himself. He had his kids and his wife that backed him. That was it. That was enough.
Yeah.
And himself. He backed himself.
Like he went up to, when he kept I can't remember her name, but his eventual wife, kept up the pen pals, and when they finally came of age where he could take her away, Hugh Jackman said to the father, it was like, I will give her a life as grand as this. And he was like, no, she'll be tired of your silly ways and she'll be back when she needs, life and when she needs life, when she needs security and a stable home and that kind of thing.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, just that one situation. It was such a good movie. I remember watching it when we were in the cinemas and we were like, 17, 18?
Yeah.
And it was just crazy because we were just it's an awesome musical.
Yeah.
I think I didn't really take any lessons from it there. I was just not mature enough to really break it down. It was other than, that sounds good. That's cool. But it's just all coming back to me now, all the music and just how good it was.
Yeah, like even if you just go back to the songs and the musical track.
Like Zendaya.
Rewrite the Stars, This Is Me.
Like Zac Efron, Hugh Jackman, Zendaya, those are massive actors.
Yeah.
But
really
what,
cool.
like, did you grab any other lessons from it?
Yeah, there was another, just when you say when we were so young, being, late teens, early 20s when we kind of saw the film. And this particular movie really encourages young people to dream big and
Yes.
take calculated risks. So not some jump out on a whim and delve into your passions because you don't know where they're going to go.
Yep.
But P.T. Barnum, the character, really believed in his idea. He saw that there was a gap in the market. He saw his own potential. He knew that he had certain skills for him to be able to navigate this industry that was non-existent.
Yep.
But he, really truly believed in himself and put everything into it. I just think that that's a really beautiful lesson for young people.
Yeah.
To trust the skills that they have and go after it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I just really like that.
I haven't written it on our run sheet if we want to be professional, but I reckon one of my biggest takeaways was the fact, like as a parent, money can be tough sometimes, especially when you're a younger parent, and it was definitely for those two. But they made the most of it. He came back with that thingamabob, and they went up. They went upstairs, and then they put the sheets around, and then it was just like a dream catcher. And then they just, these two girls, that would have been a core memory for them. My dad and my mum, we went up and caught dreams. And it was just like they didn't go without, even though they definitely had lesser money at that point in the movie than what their peers would have.
Well, that was even the point where he came back and told his wife, I was let go of my job.
Yep.
But he still had the ability to be able to make a beautiful moment for his daughters.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I think a lot of people fall into their circumstance, like you said before. It doesn't matter where you come from. And I think a lot of people sort of hold on to that. Like where I sort of come from, it's, people stay there because that's all that life is. Like, what do I say it? Logan, came from Logan. But everyone, it's so hard to get out of there because, you come accustomed to what your surroundings are and, it sort of brings you down a little bit. And I think that he was in a similar situation where he was born into like that sort of poverty. It's like his poverty was real poverty.
Yeah.
But he wanted better than that. He wanted better for his kids than what he had. So he made it happen.
He knew he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the next thing that I was going to say.
I just think that's a massive lesson for parents.
Yeah.
Like, because, monies can be tough. Like, when we moved out of home, it was like, a grocery's really that much, which is crazy. And then imagine having kids on top of that. And I can just empathise. And, that will be tough.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be moments where you just got to, make the most of what you've got. And he definitely did that.
Yeah. Make the most of what you got and just realise that life really, and the thing that I kind of really want to take on board from this movie is life begins outside of your comfort zone. You can't stay within a zone of comfort and think that you're going to grow and be the best version of yourself and keep developing and progressing and testing your limits and testing your boundaries if you just stay comfortable.
Yeah.
That concept of stretching that we were talking on a few weeks ago and being able to just slowly and surely 1% at a time stretch yourself beyond your limits to see
the exposure therapy.
Yeah.
Analogy.
And do it like, I guess, you want to step out of your comfort zone, but you don't want to stretch it out to be like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, but just doing enough of that step to be able to push yourself comfortably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you remember any like not so obvious things that you didn't pick up then, but reflecting on it now you have?
Yeah, I think it actually came from looking back at one of my favourite songs.
What was your favourite song?
From Now On. It's the one that starts all within the way like this when Hugh Jackman starts singing really low.
Is this his younger self or older self?
No, older self.
Yep, okay.
But when he starts singing like this, and then the beat picks up, and then his voice picks up, so you can hear it. Yep. But I just re-listened to that song and rewatched that part of the movie. And basically what is happening is that his wife is mad at him. His daughters never see him. He's traveling all over Europe, following along this new act that he's got. He's far away from home, and he's forgotten that the group of circus performers and his wife and daughters were the ones that helped him start the Barnum and Bailey Circus and be his real supporters.
Yep.
And he went off and pursued this lavish lifestyle, but he lost sight of the circle that were closest to him and truest to him.
How did that happen?
Because he pursued wealth and grandiose ways of being. Like he
got stuck in like the rat race, you'd say.
I wouldn't say rat race, but he started getting a lot of compliments of like, oh my goodness, you created this circus. Wow, you found this amazing singer. Oh my goodness, P.T. Barnum, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And he got caught up in the lavish lifestyle. So he started traveling around, staying in really nice hotels, and people really applauded him. He lost sight, and he didn't bring along the circus acts.
That's right.
That he originally started whole PT.
He forgot where he came from.
Barnum and Bailey. Yeah, he forgot where he came from. And it really, that particular song from now on is the moment where he realizes, oh my goodness, I need to look back at why I started this whole entire thing. And it was to provide a beautiful lifestyle for my family and do something that inspires people to love who they are.
Yeah.
So I really liked the lesson of just remembering the circle that supported you so early on, and remember your roots, remember where you come from, and the team that support you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's very,
that was one that
touching.
Like looking back now a few years later, I didn't really realize it then. But I'm like, oh wow. You know, as your circles grow and as you expand friendships and that kind of thing, you kind of look at who it is that is really there for you the whole entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And do you think you owe them?
What do you mean?
Do you think he owed them at that point?
I don't know what you mean
Do you think he owed them anything extra than but just providing for them? Was he still a dad to them, or was he completely off track? I don't really remember this moment in the movie.
Oh, well, like he gave,
like financially he would have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but physically he wasn't there.
No, he was travelling.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Any other big takeaways?
I think that was it. I think, I guess if we come back to it and give, this kind of like the lessons that you pick up, a bit of a news mindset spin or focus, one of the things that we really look at in terms of just people in society, we think that confident people have a lot of friends, they have all of the praise from everyone, and they have that external support and validation. But a really self-confident and self-assured person trusts themselves, knows their unique qualities, is super proud of their unique qualities, and has a tight, close-knit circle of supporters and friends. Yep. That's kind of what we don't see in confident people. And that's something that I think that the movie really drives home.
Yeah, well, that's something that you're sort of working toward. Like building more confidence in yourself.
Yeah, like that's
as a lot of people are.
Personal mission of mine.
Yeah. My exposure therapy and you're building confidence. Go well together. Cool. I like that. My favourite song was the bar one. When Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman were in the bar and they were bartering over Zac Efron's cut.
Yes. How much he was going to get paid.
I forget what song that was though. I don't remember. I just really liked, if anyone wanted to go and watch it on YouTube, the actual bartender is really cool. He gets involved.
The Other Side. Sorry.
Is that what it was called?
I listened to the lyrics in my head. To the other side.
That was it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do what you do. You're gonna be like me.
Music is not Jacob's strong suit.
Hey, I got a D. I got a D minus. Thank you in music.
Hey.
Not an E. A D minus.
A D minus.
One of my the thing I was most excited for when I first moved into high school was the fact that I got to choose my subjects. Music was not one that was chosen.
Music was gone.
I even chose drama over music.
Yeah, you were a tree.
I didn't even know. No, I was not a tree.
Oh, I thought you were a tree.
I had like 6 words to say in like a 2-hour play. The way I got out of it, I told the teacher, I was like, Miss, I might have cricket training that night, so I don't know if I can make it. She's like, that's all right, I'll give you a minor role anyway. I was going to get a minor role anyway. I was no good.
Well, it's not like you were going to be a lead.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You know, I picked drama and I didn't even know what drama was. I'm like, oh, drama sounds all right. Just the word. Then I rocked up and I'm like, this is anxiety hell right now. This sucks. The improvisation. Cool. I liked that. That was a quick, succinct wrap of the movie. Now I'm going to have to go and watch it. It's on Disney, I presume.
Should be. Disney or Binge?
One of them. I think
One of
Disney.
those.
It'd be Disney.
It'd be Disney.
Well, who made it? Was it Disney that made it? Or was it...
I can't remember.
Did you not search it?
Maybe Paramount.
Maybe. Can we have a look?
Yeah, I'll give it a little search.
Because I'm pretty sure... I don't think it's a Pixar. I think it would be a Disney. Just with the big actors that they had involved. And the musical sort of...
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, cool. Good. I'm going to watch
There
it
you go.
tonight. Awesome. Ready for my checkout question?
Ready.
I'm just having a think.
You're not pre-planned?
No, I went off the cuff today.
Oh, okay.
Well, I told you I'm calm. I'm just feeling good. My brain doesn't work as fast when I'm calm, so this is odd.
No.
No, normally anxiety, it's like I've got 20 options of things I want to talk about, but now it's just we're smooth. If we were to get a second animal,
Dog.
a second animal, what would it be?
A bunny.
A bunny?
A bunny.
Illegal in Queensland.
Yeah, I know, but I'd smuggle him in.
Great. Speaking of breaking the law, I drove Georgia into the city today.
Oh, okay.
Peak.
Was not peak.
It was peak.
Okay.
It was peaking. And had to run a red light and had to cross a solid line to do a U-turn in front of two or three lanes. But I got home. And
in one piece.
Anxiety was
And
happy
you're
about that. But yeah, so you'd pick a bunny?
Yeah, I'd do a bunny. What about you?
I'd pick a turtle.
Turtle.
A big turtle.
Turtle.
Big turtle. Not a snapping turtle, just a big turtle.
What about a long neck turtle? Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah, but Winston's got the long neck already, so I don't need a long neck turtle.
What about two?
No.
Two long neckers.
I just feel like Winston would jump around and when it hides in its shell, when he would be like, what the hell? I'd
true.
love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I enjoyed that. And we're just about to jump into our next podcast, which should be going out the week after this one, if all goes to plan in our editing. But other than that, anything else to add?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I hope that you are calm and relaxed right now because I'm feeling
You're passing out the calm vibes.
fine. I'm feeling fine.
Take care.
See ya, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a good night or a good day or a good afternoon or a good weekend. A good year.
All the goods.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.